So I want to welcome everyone to today's webinar, Elevating Leadership Through Coaching, a guide to transforming teams. I'm thrilled to have you all here as we explore the profound impact coaching can have on leadership effectiveness and team performance. So a little bit about us here at Intuitive Performance and what we're really about. So we believe that elevating team performance starts with understanding your people first. And Intuitive Performance is your people development partner that strengthens communication, builds connectivity, and fosters emotionally intelligent humans. We offer personalized and scalable training solutions that deliver measurable results through leadership coaching. So that's elevating leadership at all levels of your organization, team coaching, connecting executive management or department teams to work towards collective goals, whole person leadership cohorts. So we support leaders and managers on each step of their leadership journey, whether it be emerging leaders, elevating leaders, or emotionally intelligent leaders. Whole person development. We focus on building up individual and team human skills with our micro series, workshops, and keynotes. I am your facilitator today, CEO and co-founder of Intuitive Performance. My name is Ange McCabe. I have 10 plus years in senior HR roles. I'm a 40 under 40 honoree through Best Business Awards in 2023 and the top 25 HR professional in Canada through HR Reporter in 2016, as well as a certified CHRP and ACC coach, DISC and EIQ assessor and facilitator. So I'm excited to jump in today as we delve into why coaching is essential for effective leadership and how adopting a coaching approach can empower leaders to unlock their team's full potential. Specifically for today's takeaways, we're going to look at understanding the significant impact of a coaching approach on leadership effectiveness, gaining insights into integrating a coaching mindset into your leadership style, and experience real-world examples of how a coach approach can transform team dynamics, improve problem-solving abilities, and increase job satisfaction. So a little bit of housekeeping. Feel free to raise your hand or click the raise your hand button. If you'd like to speak, jump in or ask a question. Myself and Scott will moderate the panel there. And feel free to participate also using the chat function or unmuting your mic. We're pretty relaxed here during the Intuitive webinars. In group discussions, what we ask for is that you share from your experiences rather than provide advice. And if you need to step away, just drop us a quick note. So I'd like to do a quick poll and check to see who's in the room with us, whether you're a manager, leader, HR manager, or individual contributor. So just bear with me here. I'm going to activate our poll. And you should see this pop up on your screen. So just select which one applies to you. So we have human resources coming in. We have other coming in. Some more human resources. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for sharing. So I'll just share the results. 2 out of 3 of us had identified human resources and our other component identified other. Okay. So let's kick things off by understanding the significant impact of a coach approach on leadership effectiveness. We know that we're still working through a recession and many resignations due to the events within the past 18 months. Most employees identify that they're leaving organizations not just for more money or flex time, rather to the experiencing of disappointing leadership. People are feeling stagnant and tired in their careers and not seeing any opportunities for growth. Now more than ever, leaders are being called to coach their employees, which in turn develops trust and loyalty that works both ways. Did you know that according to a study by the International Coach Federation, 86% of organizations surveyed saw a return on investment from coaching. So for example, consider a micro case study of a mid-sized company where implementing coaching, a coaching culture led to 25% increase in employee engagement and a 22% increase in productivity within the first year. Let's go a little bit deeper and look at the cascading impact of coaching within leadership styles. The main ones to focus on are things like empowerment. So in the long run, our team members feel empowered to take on things from a proactive perspective versus the age-old, I have a problem, can you please help me solve it? It builds trust amongst teams. So utilizing the coach approach gives a way to a trusting work environment because you're provoking open dialogue, diversity of opinions without fear or retribution. It also boosts performance. So we have the confidence from our supervisors and validation of the same, and it organically boosts performance because of the open dynamic. Then we have organizational effectiveness. So organizations truly reap the rewards of the coach approach to leadership due to the fact that employees are forward thinking and not focusing on what could get in their way. Then we also have things like engagement. So engagement skyrockets because there's more positivity towards performance within the team as a whole, and employees see their own impact and value to the organization. There's increases in creativity and innovation. When we see stress levels go down, our comfort levels go up, along with the ability to innovate and find creative solutions. Then we have improved communication. With the coach approach, there's less assumptions and more facts, less stories that we can tell ourselves, and clear actions that allow us to navigate conversations at ease. With the coach approach, you also informally know where you stand with your teammates and direct reports. So constructive feedback, or what we like to call positive challenges, allow the growth mindset to flourish within your organization. Now let's dive into gaining insights into integrating a coaching mindset into your leadership style. So effective coaching isn't just about giving instructions, it's about asking powerful questions, actively listening, and providing empowering feedback. So let's look at this micro business case. And for confidentiality purposes, we're going to call this manager John at company X, who he improved his team's performance by 30% through adopting the coaching techniques and frequently using them within team meetings. Let's talk a little bit more about real-world applicability. So we know a statistic from Gallup research that teams with highly engaged leaders are 21% more profitable. When we apply the coach approach to leadership, we've seen a 15% decrease in turnover, outcomes with 20% increases in employee satisfaction, and demonstrating a clear return on investment on company goals. Let's examine how a coach approach transformed team dynamics at company ABC, again for confidentiality purposes. When we started with this team, they started out with low collaboration rates and high competitiveness. By implementing regular coaching sessions, the team saw a 35% increase in collaboration and a 25% boost in productivity. This is substantive because what they were used to seeing in their environment within this particular case study was competitiveness to get things done, which elongated meetings. It stalled in some circumstances, research and development. And by increasing coaching, people got curious instead of judgmental, which we'll talk about here shortly. So let's look at a comparison in contrast. The main differences between traditional management and coaching culture. So we're going to look at this from the perspective of traditional management. In broad strokes, we'll say that typical management is directive and task-oriented. Oftentimes it's focused on the objectives and what the team member needs to do within the organization. There's often one-way communication, ultimately, and the decision-making rests with the management team. And when it comes to development, it's self-driven. So there's these organic expectations of our team members to come to us with regards to the things that they want to learn, and then we'll help them move through those things. In contrast, when we adopt the leadership coaching style, it focuses more on growth of the individual and team. It's a holistic approach that we're taking. So instead of just making decisions and judgments, we're getting curious. We're ensuring that there's two-way communications, asterisks, when applicable, aside from safety and policy. And when it comes to long-term development, this is a co-created goal system that you have with yourself with your leader, and your team member. So let's explore some strategies for implementing a coaching culture within your organization. Research from Burson and Associates found that organizations with strong coaching cultures are 130% more likely to see strong business results. A coaching culture matters. It's not just about implementing a technique or training programs. It's really about fostering an environment where coaching is ingrained in your company or organization's DNA. And we know that there's 5 key steps to ensure that you start off on the right foot. So let's jump into them. The first thing is your leadership buy-in. So when you're establishing your coaching culture, it starts at the top. We know this. Leaders must champion coaching and lead by example. So when leaders are actively engaged in coaching conversations, it sets the tone for the entire organization. Then we have skills development, or T&D, as we know. So we're providing comprehensive training for managers and leaders on coaching techniques. We're equipping them with the skills and the knowledge they need to coach effectively. Then there's creating the culture of accountability. Now, this isn't the carrot and the stick type accountability. Rather, leaders are holding accountability for their own coaching behaviors. They're incorporating coaching goals into performance evaluations and providing feedback on coaching effectiveness. Then the fourth one that we have is encouraging peer coaching. I put an asterisk by this one as well. You want to make sure that within the coaching culture, there's trust, psychological safety, and there's a few things established before getting peer coaching in play. However, when the landscape is, I guess, the most perfect picture for a particular company or organization, we encourage peer coaching to foster that culture of peer learning, essentially, where team members support and learn from each other. And they're encouraging open dialogue and collaboration. Of course, we want to celebrate successes. So recognizing and celebrating coaching successes is super important because we want to focus on the 1% transformation, not the one and done or 0 to 100%. So basically, when we're celebrating successes about the coach approach and how it's leading into our culture, it's highlighting stories of how coaching has made a positive impact on individuals and teams. It could positively impact someone's confidence or maybe organizational skills, etc. So I'm sure we're asking all the next question is, how do we create a coaching culture strategy? My first response to this is that it doesn't have to be a daunting task, rather leaning into innovation and where you'd like to see your leaders and teams grow. So a note for this as well is that for each company, the definitions for each of our 7 steps that we're going to look at is going to be a bit different. And I highly suggest that you adapt to things like your company model, your approaches or values and principles, geographic regions, hybrid workforce, and of course, diversity and generational adaptations. So when we're creating a coaching culture strategy, we want to establish clear coaching objectives. And these objectives should be aligned with the broader strategic goals of your organization and aim to empower managers or leaders to become effective coaches for their teams. So support at senior leadership level is required. And of course, you want to communicate it, that this is a change. This is an adaptation or something that you're taking on within your organization versus just dropping in that coach approach leadership style. Then you want to develop a coaching framework. So this should outline the coaching process and explain what is required for sustainability and outcomes. It should clarify how the purpose, benefits, and expectations of the coaching program will be communicated to the entire organization. Step 3, of course, you want to engage a qualified coach for leadership. So selecting experienced and qualified coaches to provide coaching to the organization's managers and or leaders. A deep understanding of your company dynamics should be prevalent, as well as with regards to the types of leadership development and coaching methodologies that are suitable for your team. Then you'd want to conduct managerial coaching skill programs. So implementing programs for management with external coaches, essentially. And this program should equip managers and leaders with essential coaching skills, such as active listening, effective questioning, goal setting, and providing constructive feedback, which enables your leaders to coach their own teams effectively. Then you want to create individual leadership growth plans. So working with evidence-backed assessments and the leaders to develop growth plans, including clear goals, outlining specific strategies and actions for achieving them. So you want to make sure that they're tangible. Regular updates and revisions to these plans should be encouraged to reflect progress and changing needs. Then you'd like to initiate manager-led coaching sessions. So once your leadership team is trained, managers should begin coaching sessions with individuals and teams. Guided by established framework, these sessions could focus on personal and professional development, tailored to each team member's needs and goals. I'd also like to add here, organically, once the coach approach to leadership becomes a habit for your leadership team, it just is integrated, whether it's an operational meeting, whether it's an all hands meeting, whether it's a general conversation. And then, of course, you want to evaluate progress and adjust strategies. So we'd recommend checking in regularly and evaluate the progress of your managers and leaders and their teams against their development plans. This is going to be kind of your KPI or your ROI against the program itself to measure the impact of the coaching initiative. And then, of course, to make necessary adjustments to the coaching framework as needed. Okay, so we've spoken at 60,000 feet. How can we transition this company strategy to day-to-day use? The key thought is that, again, it doesn't have to be complicated, rather a practice mindset and a habit within your teams. So when it comes to performance feedback and development, for example, leaders can use coaching techniques to provide constructive feedback and support individual development goals. By engaging in regular coaching conversations, leaders can help team members identify their strengths, areas of improvement, and create actionable plans for growth. Then we have accountability. So goal setting and accountability. Coaches assist individuals and teams in setting clear, achievable goals and holding them accountable for progress. So through coaching, leaders can help align individual goals and organizational objectives, ensuring everyone is working towards a common purpose. Then we have problem solving and decision making. So coaching encourages a collaborative approach to problem solving and decision making. Leaders can facilitate discussions, ask probing questions, and encourage critical thinking to help teams overcome challenges and make informed decisions. There's also what we like to call courageous conversations, or this could be conflict resolution, where your leaders as coaches can mediate conflicts and facilitate constructive dialogue between team members. So sticky conversations go to intentional conversations, basically. By creating a safe and supportive environment, leaders can help individuals address conflicts openly, find common ground, and work towards resolution. Then there's skills development and training, of course. So coaching provides an opportunity for skills development and continuous learning. Leaders can identify skill gaps within their team and tailor coaching sessions to provide targeted training and support. And we have career development and progression. So our leaders as coaches support individuals in their career development journey by helping them identify the career aspirations, strengths, and areas for growth. Leaders can provide guidance, resources, and opportunities for advancement to help team members achieve their professional goals. There's one client story that actually really stands out with career development, and they created such a safe space that it made it okay for team members to identify to their leaders if they're even wanting to fit within the organization anymore. And it made exits seamlessly transferable if there wasn't a fit. It normalized conversations as to if someone wanted to be on a different project team or to take on different skill sets, so that leaders, again, have that two-way conversational track as to how to continue to educate, motivate, and engage their team members throughout their career. There's also building confidence and resilience. So coaching fosters a supportive environment where individuals can build confidence and resilience. Leaders can offer encouragement, celebrate achievements, and provide constructive feedback to help team members overcome obstacles and persevere in the face of challenges. We have cultural alignment and engagement. So of course, coaches play a vital role in fostering a positive organizational culture and promoting employee engagement by doing things like active listening to team members, addressing concerns, and reinforcing shared values. Leaders can create a sense of belonging and inspire commitment to the organization's mission and vision. Then there's navigating change. So allowing for change to build upon performance and experience versus breakthrough and establishing changes. I just want to pause here and ask, is there any questions with regards to the day-to-day approach and applicability to the coach approach? Feel free to jump off mute.
I don't have any questions.
That's okay, thank you. We'll keep going. So we always like to offer some coach approach questions in our webinars. And these are some coaching questions that we can also think outside of today's session. So when it comes to accountability, you can ask the coach approach question like, what actions will you take to move closer to your goals? Another coach approach question is, what options do you have for addressing any roadblocks? So that's proactively approaching particularly problem solving or critical analysis. How can you approach the situation with understanding? So this is jumping into a perspective of it's not that person, it's not their behavior, it's the task that we're talking about that may or may not be working to understand a situation. How you practice your new skill set. So oftentimes individuals will be mentored in the workplace or they'll learn something new, and leaders are avoidant or non-intentional, not on purpose, with regards to understanding how employees will exhibit their new skill sets. It's good to have those conversations, and that's a great coach approach question to start that type of conversation. There's another coach approach question identifying what resources or support do you need to accomplish this project? And it's much different than asking the question, what do you need from me? Because we're asking that team member to think outside of the box as to how they're going to approach the project or that task, and be able to identify any roadblocks and what type of resources they require to complete it. What actions can you take to foster collaboration and teamwork? So this is more at the leadership level, but it's ensuring that your leaders understand, again, it comes down to intentionality with the coach approach and leadership. And collaboration and teamwork are two of the statistically highest things or characteristics that you need for high levels of productivity. So let's talk about some coach approach skills that you can build on now. We've uncovered the coaching culture side of things and its return on investment to organizations, as well as the strategy aspects and day-to-day use. But the question that's in front of us now is, how do we start? Where do we start to build, essentially? So whether you're a leader, a project manager, or HR professional, everyone will benefit from these three skill sets. The first one is curiosity. So curiosity is a fuel that really ignites innovation and drives continuous improvement. A leader who approaches every situation with genuine curiosity seeks to understand deeply, uncover hidden insights, and challenge conventional thinking. By asking thought-provoking questions and exploring new possibilities, curiosity fosters a culture of learning and growth within the team. We know that leadership coach Tony Robbins emphasizes the power of curiosity to expand one's horizons, urging leaders to remain open-minded and inquisitive in their pursuit of excellence. Active listening. So when we're thinking about active listening, this is really the cornerstone of effective communication and relationship building. So a leader who practices active listening demonstrates respect, empathy, and understanding towards others. By fully engaging with their team members, leaders can create an environment where everyone feels heard and valued. Experienced coaches emphasize the importance of listening, not only to the words, but also to emotions and body language, enabling leaders to connect on a deeper level and build trust with their team members. Active listening really enables leaders to uncover insights, address concerns, and co-create solutions that resonate with the team's needs and aspirations. Then we have problem solving and forward thinking. So when it comes to problem solving, this is a catalyst for driving change and overcoming obstacles. A leader who embraces problem solving approaches challenges with confidence, creativity, and resilience. By leveraging critical thinking skills and resourcefulness, leaders navigate complexity and uncertainty with ease. Often, advanced coaching advocates for a solution-focused mindset, encouraging your leaders to view problems as opportunities for growth and innovation. Problem solving enables leaders to inspire action, rally the team towards common goals, and achieve breakthrough results. So let's look at the influence on ripple factors. So leadership plays an undeniably significant role in employee retention. They are the key players empowering and supporting our people to see the value in what they do and how they contribute to the organization. And we know employees quit managers, not jobs, with 57% of unhappy employees citing they leave their job because of their managers. So it's important to look not only at your net annual turnover costs, but also as to how much of your turnover is contributed to a gap in leadership skills amongst your managers or your management team. So let's look at this example as we evaluate the costs. So an average number of employees for this company is 200. Their turnover rate between 6 to 12 months is 18%, with an average salary within the company of $80,000. We know that the turnover cost per employee is typically 1.5 times of that average salary. So based on a company size of 200 employees, their turnover cost is $120,000. So when you look at the net turnover cost, for all of their employees, you're looking at $4.3 million. And when we break it down to the leadership skills gap cost to a company or organization on an annual basis with a team of 200, we're looking at $2.4 million. That's substantive when you really look at it, eh? Yeah. Okay, so we're at the end of our session today, or webinar today. If there's anyone that's interested in leadership training for your team, feel free to take a snapshot of the QR code. And we'll also put a Calendly link in the chat box as well. And we can certainly book a call to identify synergies to support your team with things like bespoke leadership development programs, high performance coaching, team coaching for productive teams. We have team chemistry workshops, and of course, more. I'm Angie McCabe, again, CEO and co-founder of Intuitive Performance, and I thank everyone for their time and attention today. Enjoy your day.